New segment here.
Prada
It's
and
kind of
Gucci,
a
they don't go together.
new segment here. I hate to unfortunately say this, but it's kind of a TikTok segment, and we need to start doing vertical videos. And I like adding this concept where it just kind of gives us a gateway to debate on older stuff that like kind of might not be the most current thing, and especially when you're in the summer and releases aren't as prevalent, it gives us kind of a easy gateway to talk about some older projects. And so this week we're doing a little bit of a fantasy draft, so we'll go back and forth, picking some of our favorite albums. And this week we're doing top rap albums of the 2010s. So we'll get started on this. What's kind of your biggest? What's your main takeaways of 2010s R&B, and like what is kind of your thoughts of that decade when we were kind of growing up, listening to music? What do you kind of think about that era, just kind of in totality?
Honestly, like it's a lot of stuff like that when I was growing up, like I took a real like interest in. I'm not gonna like for the segment, I'm not gonna leak what I was like I was super
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
into,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
but like I think it was a genre that was like really like strong and really like kind of surged a lot, especially in like the late like 2010s for sure going into 2020.
Yeah, and I'd say same. I mean, it's like really like an evolutionary period for it because there's not a lot of like there's no real consistent sound in it, and these albums we pick are gonna sound very different from each other, but
Hmm.
it still has a lot of classic projects and on an individual artist basis. So we're gonna start with a coin flip. We got this here. If you win the coin flip,
Oh man.
trash, you can either pick like,
Yep.
hey, you can like kick or you can defer. Like you can defer or you can receive the ball. You know what I'm saying? So you can say, hey, I want the
I got you. I
101
got
and
you.
then the 104, or you can be like, I want the 102 and I want the 103.
Uh-huh.
So what do we want?
Ooh.
We got a
Okay.
random number generator up. One is gonna be heads. Two is gonna be tails. And what's your pick here, Trashley?
Sure. Fails never fails. Throw me
Tails
two.
never fails. And you won. You won. So you get to it was two. And what do you wanna receive the ball or you wanna kick?
Honestly, I was I'm gonna be honest. I was thinking about this a lot. I wanted to go about this. I think I'm gonna defer. I think I'm gonna defer. I think I'm gonna defer. I'm gonna
Okay.
let you have the
Okay,
one
I'll
and the
take
four.
that. I'll take this because I think there's a quite obvious 101. Are we in agreement on that? There's
I'm
a
worried.
very clear.
I'm worried about what you're gonna say, and if you say what you're gonna say, if you say what I think you're gonna say, I'm gonna be pissed. Go for it.
Well, like I think obviously there's a clear 101. Like the number one album you have here.
Hmm.
I feel like it has to be a specific album. All right, so yeah, with the first pick, I'm taking Blonde. I think it's I think it's kind of obvious. Like I think you
Yeah.
have to take Blonde. Like that is one of the best albums of all time, regardless of decade, regardless of genre. It's literally one of the best albums of all time. So I don't really know why you kicked here because I think this is an obvious pick, but I'm going Blonde.
I'm such a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah, that's kind of
Honestly,
a cool choice.
I I don't know what direction I don't know what direction you're gonna go, but for some reason I didn't think you were gonna go in that direction.
Really?
um. Okay, that's all right.
Oh, also,
Um.
big caveat, and I'll
Yeah, I
remind
don't know
you of it
why.
as well.
Like,
Um, limit limit one album per artist. Limit one album per artist. Um, so just to create some variation here because we don't want to just pick all from the same like three artists. So limit one album per artist, and you'll have picks two and three.
I was gonna go Frank Ocean back to back, but like whatever.
Dude, I
I'm
put,
kidding.
I
All
put it
right.
in the doc. I mean, at least least you'll have a chance to get
I
it.
know, I know, no, I'm bugging you. All right, all right. For my pick, for my first pick, I think I'm gonna go with Control by SZA. I think that
That's
was
a
gonna be
great
my
pick.
yeah. That was my number two pick. I seriously, I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't think you would go blonde. But obviously, I think we talked about SZA for like 20 minutes last episode. Like, what more is there to say?
Right.
Control is a fantastic album, like top down. Like it's just great.
And it's a great introductory album too, with getting the first introduction to SZA as a mainstream artist, and it's a tactical pick too because there's only one SZA 2010's album. It's a classic in terms of her first stuff with like Broken Clocks,
Yeah.
incredible solo song, but then obviously the features Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, some of her best
Mhm.
content.
Mhm.
And it goes back. It goes back to you. What are we looking
Mhm.
at the 103?
103. It's a personal favorite of mine. Something I really enjoy, an artist I really enjoy. I'm gonna go Freudian by Daniel Caesar. I am like, I love, dude. Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. I love this shit, man. Like, I really do. It is such a good. I'm like a huge Daniel Caesar fan. Like, again, this is probably another one where I would pick like two if I could, but I can't. But
Mm-hmm.
just throw some really on it, some real good songs. Yeah, I enjoy this one.
All right. I'm not gonna front
You're
like
gonna
that's
you're
the
gonna just
really
like you're gonna hit me with some shit. I'm gonna. No,
yeah.
sorry. Go
I
ahead.
think Daniel Caesar. It's a solid project. I'm not like the biggest like I enjoy him anytime I hear him on a song, but I'm not gonna front like I'm the biggest fan in the world and know the
Mhm.
discog back and forth back to front.
Sure.
Um, with
Mhm.
with this, I kind of had a solid top three. I think Blonde was like obviously the number one pick. um, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
then Control was kind of two because it's the only SZA album
Yeah.
that you can get. So with this one,
Mhm.
um, I think this is a solid number. This is what I had three. I'm going Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller. Probably the most innovative
Oh yeah.
probably the most innovative album of the
Mhm.
2010s in terms of R&B, and it like really was the first album to
Mhm.
do like, and I know it's in the name itself, like trap soul, but like some of the heavy drums on it, some of the melodies,
Mhm.
um some of the real instrumentals and production behind it I think is elite. And there's like 7 or 8 songs that I listen to on a daily basis on it. So trap soul at 4 is what I'm looking at
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. It's a
Um,
really good pick. Yeah. That Bryson Tiller stuff is so good. Like I miss it, man. We're old.
and then this is kind of a very defensive pick, like just because I really want it on
Sure.
my list and I don't want it on yours. Um, I'm going Black Swan by Smino. Probably
Such an asshole.
probably
Such an asshole.
probably one of my like top 10 albums of all time, and the rapping, the production, the features, everything from A Wild Irish Roses to an Amphetamine is it's an elite um album, and I love it. And I would and like and it's also like it's one of those things where it's like his debut album is probably his best album. Not to say he won't do anything that good again, but it's a real legit album.
Yeah. So this is why I deferred. I thought you were gonna pick Black Swan number one as like a defensive pick, so I could have Blonde. But that didn't happen. But no, I love Black Swan too. It's a really really good album. I also listen to that like constantly. But yeah, I mean you said it. Said it best yourself. Like Great pick. Like again, I was gonna pick that one next. So whatever, man. Yeah. Okay. So I think
Well, now
it
you
will be
get two
my pick.
picks. You get two picks.
I think I'm gonna throw
And I
I'm
don't know
gonna
where
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
throw
go. I
some
think I
curveballs
could
here.
guess the two artists. Oh, you're gonna throw a curveball, so never
Let
mind.
me
We'll
let
see.
me no no okay no. I wanna hear what you think I'm gonna go. I wanna hear the artist you think I'm gonna go.
No, I can't. I'm not gonna tell you what to go to because
Okay,
there might be
okay,
something
yeah,
on
yeah,
here. There
yeah,
might
that's
be
stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. All
there's an
right.
artist here that I don't know if you would want to go to because I don't know if you think it fits the category, but I think it does, and I just want to see if you go there.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay. So for my next pick, I'm going to go with Ego Death by the Internet. That this is classic. This
okay,
is like Sid, Steve Lacy, like 2017. This is like when I was like 15 years old. This was like all I was listening to. Like for me, that's like my like Black Swan pick personally. Like that's an album I just really enjoy, and I still genuinely listen to like to this day.
I mean, yeah, it's a great project. I think it's something that looking at it, it's really instrumental heavy and it's really solid in terms of like you said, Sid's vocals. You got Matt Martian on bass. You got Steve Lacy influence. It's a great project, and I didn't have it on my list if I'm being fully honest, but it's not a bad pick by any means.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of assumed you didn't either, but like again, like that was just like a personal pick that I wanted to. So okay, for my number four selection. Oh yeah, I think I have one where I'm not sure if it fits by your definition, but every source I looked up online to confirm it confirms it. So I'm gonna pick it. Okay, and I'm gonna go with Igor
I
by
think I
Tyler
know.
Creator. Every site I have listed
Oh,
as
oh
an alternative R&B
no,
album.
no, no,
Yeah, yeah.
no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, dude. No, not Igor. No, that's a pop album.
That doesn't count. I know it's a pop album, but
Oh, I don't know.
every every site I looked at, every site I looked at says it's an R&B album. Absolutely miss. Any okay. I have two. Okay, I get low key though. You can cut out this pick. I got two more in the
All
tank,
right. Well, I'll give
both
it
of
to you,
which I
but
don't think you're
you
gonna
gotta
pick.
give me one. You gotta give me one after this because I think it's borderline, but I'll give it to you
If the
if you
Igor pick
give
is
me
too
my next one.
controversial, we'll cut it. We'll cut it. We'll cut. I can cut that shit right now, and we'll pretend like it never happened.
No, I think hey, here's the thing. If you're gonna play the border, I'll play the border. But like I'll allow it, but you gotta give me grace on the next one if that's what we're gonna do. It's up to you. You can take it. I think it's controversial. I would say
Ooh.
no, but
Ooh.
if you're willing to give me a little bit of slack, then I'll give you a little bit of slack.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by your proposition of a little bit of slack because I'm interested to see your definition of how you play the border. That's like why I'm doing this. I'll admit, hey, I'll admit, full stop, unethical play. There's
Yeah.
likely a flag on the play 15 yards. I'm willing to admit that 100%. I'm just saying I did my research. I thought about it and I was like, no way. And then I looked up, I did my research, and it's what I found. But
Okay. But okay. Just for the sake of hypotheticals, do you think Flower Boy would be a valid play? I'm not saying I'm not gonna play it, but I don't think Flower Boy would be a valid play. I think Igor's like
Mm,
on the border. Like that's
I don't
fair.
think so. I
But
don't
I
think
don't
so.
think Flower
I think Flower I think Flower Boy teeters more on the edge of like a rap album though.
Okay. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's more
Yeah. I
that's
think
more of
mine's most.
like a definitive rap album. You know what I mean?
I think
Like Igor's a
I
pop
think
album, but
mine.
I think you can argue it's a little genre ambiguous.
I think it's more. I think Igor's more pop than it is R&B. But if you give me, I'll let you have it. I think I'll take my slack. I think I'll take my. I'll defend my case
I'm
against
really
honesty.
interested.
Yeah.
I'm really interested if you got like a pick, I'll give you some slack on. Like I won't
Yeah.
judge. I don't like I'll take the flag. I'll take the 15 yards, you know.
All right.
Add
All
to my
right.
total.
We're gonna give you. We'll give you Igor then. We'll give you Igor, and I get mine. But it's a great project, and we're probably gonna talk about it at length in the future.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what your 7 pick,
No, that was my
or your
four. That
fourth
was
pick.
my yeah, that was my
Yeah. Overall 7th pick.
yeah, my
Okay.
fourth pick.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be terrible. If you're gonna do that, then I think this is more of an R&B album than Igor.
I want to hear it, man. I want to hear it.
Give me Views by Drake.
That's bullshit. That is
Nah,
bullshit and you know it.
nah,
Fuck
dude,
that. That is bullshit.
fucking Controlla. Um, you got Pop Style. You got One Dance. You got like fucking Hotline Bling. That's more of an
Shut up.
R&B. Like that's like that is more of an R&B album than Igor.
Oh man. Dude, actually last podcast episode, man, it's over. This fight ended the podcast forever.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. You either gotta. I think it's more of
You
an
know what?
R&B album than Igor, and we can kamikaze this and say take them both away. How is New Magic Wand an R&B song?
Okay, okay, okay,
How is
okay,
New Magic Wand an R&B song? Like, please tell me that.
okay. Okay. Let's okay. All right, I got a proposal.
Okay,
I will um I will wipe the slate clean.
okay, okay.
I will wipe the slate clean. That's a really I think we gotta keep that fight in because I think that's really funny.
Oh no, it's too good. We'll keep it in. But
So much fun. Holy shit.
both
Oh
players
my
are
god.
gonna be.
I'll repick mine, but like,
Yep, both players will be ejected. Both players will be
yeah,
ejected.
both players.
But I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think it's more of an R&B
yeah,
album
that's fair.
than
Okay,
Igor. But what repicking? We're in the
I
reverse spot.
respect the route you. I respect that route you took. I respect that alternate pick. That was
It's a
awesome.
good play. It's a good
That was a
play
great
because
board play. That
I
was a
was gonna
great board
originally
play.
put it in the list. I was gonna originally put it in the list, but I know it's sketchy. Like I know that's sketchy. Obviously,
Bro, that's the exact. You had the exact same debate with views as I did with Igor, except I did it.
yeah.
Like I have it on a notepad in front of me, and I'm like, oh my god, bait of the year. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Dude, I mean it was a respectable play. Okay,
Uh,
okay.
yeah,
Seven.
I respect it.
7. What are you going with? Or 4
All
for
right.
you?
Yeah, I'll repick my fourth one. That was sorry, that was funny as hell. All right. For my number 4, I'm gonna go with A Sun's Tirade by Isaiah Rashad from 2016. Again, this was like in high school when I was listening to like R&B the most, and this was like an album that like really stuck out with me. I still listen to the song Free Lunch to this day 9 years later. And yeah, I think it's a really solid project. I don't know if you're like know anything about it, but I really I'm a fan.
You cut out there. What was the pick?
Oh my god. My number 4 pick is The Sun's Tirade by Isaiah Rashad in 2016.
Oh shit, that's a
This is
good
another
pick.
personal pick. Yeah, it's a personal pick for me. Like I just said, like this is like 9 years ago at this point. Like I still listen to the song Free Lunch like today. Like I think it's a very solid project.
That's valid. I'll give you
Yeah.
that one. I'm
Yeah.
uh, okay. I'm not gonna paint outside the lines too much. I'll give it this one's an obviously definite R&B pick. Give me "Over It" by Summer Walker.
Mm,
Probably,
nice.
probably like like that's like a top 10 album for me of all time. Like not objectively, but personally.
Mhm.
I love
Yeah.
that project, and I think the London on the Track production
Mhm.
throughout the whole thing, and how cohesive it sounds. And then you have
Yeah.
A Boogie, um, Usher, Drake, A
Yeah.
Boogie. You got Black on there, so there's a bunch of features on there that are all fire.
Yeah.
Janae Aiko, but it's in, and I think it's just the
Mhm.
production's consistent. And
Yeah.
like if I was ranking these off my personal favorite, I'd have this too. But
Yeah.
it's it's a personal favorite, and I wanted it on my list. I don't think you probably would have picked it, but there's a reason why it's on
Mhm.
there. Oh,
That's a
and
good. That's a
that
great pick. I didn't put it on my list because I kind of forgot about it.
yeah.
I don't even know like how that happened, but like that just wasn't something I was like that just wasn't my headspace. That wasn't where my headspace was because most of my research I was looking up if Igor was an R&B album. But no, it's a really great pick. Really good pick.
hmm And I'll take that. And then okay, and
And
then
I
here
think you got one more too.
I get one more. And this one's
Yep.
fair. This one's fair. I don't think this should be
Okay. Okay.
controversial, but you might find it controversial. Um,
Sure.
Give me "Beauty Behind the Madness" by The Weeknd.
Ooh. I hate you.
Right? It's shitty. It's shitty, but it's
That's a
still
good
like
pick. I was gonna pick a
respectable.
weekend. I was gonna pick a weekend album. Yeah, yeah, it's a really good pick. Um, I was gonna go with trilogy, like the entire thing, but I didn't know if you were gonna let that one slide. That was on my list for sure.
I don't think I would have. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
I then I would
it
have then
came
I would have
down
countered House of
for
Balloons.
me.
Then I would have countered House of Balloons.
That's what it was for me. That's what it was for me was I didn't pick The Weekend up front because I think you can go Beauty Behind the Madness or House of Balloons, and the difference between their quality isn't a lot. Like essentially, like you
Mhm.
can have either one of them, and it's still a solid pick.
My pick was Isolation by Kali Uchis.
Oh yeah, solid pick.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's a solid album. You can cut out my preamble I made when you weren't listening, but like I'm just gonna say it again. Like
Yeah.
this was like when I was listening to like only Flower Boy and Flower Boy adjacent like artists in like 2017, 2018. Like we saw her live together, performing some of
hmm
the songs from the album, and like it's a I think it's a really solid project, like front to back.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean that wraps up the draft. Um,
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Let's see. Who do you think? What? So that gives you isolation. So for your picks, you have "Control" by SZA, "Freudian," Daniel Caesar, "Ego Death" by The Internet, "A Son's Tirade" by Isaiah Rashad, and "Isolation" by Kelly Uchis. And mine is
Mhm.
"Blonde" by Frank Ocean, Trapsoul, Bryson Tiller, Black Swan, Smino, Over It, Summer Walker, and Beauty Behind the Madness by Smino. So I think that's a one
I think
nothing me.
that's
I think
that's a 1-0. I'll take a 1-0. I think if people
yeah.
think like me, I think if people think how I think, then
I
no, I think you got that one for sure.